Okay, this is a Crosley, is that pronounced correctly? Crosley, Crosley, CR-49 turntable. And according to the date, it was manufactured in September of 2001. It's kind of hard to believe it's that old. Okay, anyhow, customer brought it in, asking me to check it out. It doesn't really tell me what's going on with it. It just says turntable and power cord. And the power cord is a wall wart right here. NCE, and the part number is a CX12V500, 12 volt, 500 milliamp output. Now this looks much larger than a 500 milliamp power supply, but it is a standard iron core transformer. It doesn't have a switch mode power supply. So I have not connected it to the unit yet. Just want to take a look at this thing and see what happens. Yes, the turntable does turn freely. It looks like it's probably a belt drive. Tone arm moves okay. Got a tone control over here. And, oh, did it just pop? And the power LED lit up momentarily. So it must have, well, it must have had some power and a capacitor in there. Well, let's go ahead and plug the adapter into it. It plugs in back here. We'll turn the power on. And the power light does indeed light up. And it should be spinning. I don't know if it spins continuously. Huh. Well, let's turn the volume up. Okay, that's working. The stylus, I use finger quotes for stylus. You can tell the difference. Volume down as I'm wiping the needle. Turn the tone down. Okay, so that part is working. The motor is the only part that's not working. This thing must rotate to place spiral scratches correctly. Well, let's go ahead and get this C-clip off here and take a look at the mechanism and see what it looks like. Power off. Yes, it is a belt drive. There's the belt. Power back on. And yeah, no motor operation whatsoever. I thought these things had a switch. Wait a minute. Why is that way up there like this? It should be down in that hole. So that when this thing reaches the end of the record, set this up here backwards, that little cog right there, which is called the trip pawl, as this gets to the end of the record, it actually is going to, well, let's see if it'll do it. And no, it should actually push in like this. And then as this thing is rotating, it would push it back and cause it to go into the auto stop as it rotates in this direction. So yeah, something's messed up under here where the tone arm mounts. I think that's going to be the whole problem. So I'm going to lock it up and see, let's see, 4 screws right here. Pop this thing out and see what's going on under the tone arm. There should be a switch that as I move this forward, it should turn the motor on and allow it to rotate. All right, so looking at the bottom of this thing, there is the motor right there, 30 June of 01, for the focus. And here is the power switch housed in this little compartment because, yeah, you don't want to get shocked with that 12 volts. So this is definitely part, wait a minute, did you see that? That, I believe, is supposed to go under this. And it is popped out. Can I just... Come on, baby. No, might need 2 hands. So that is what actually There's the power switch on and off. There's off, there's on. That's the problem right there. This lever actually connects the tone arm to the power switch. And I see some glue remnants on here. It looks like it's okay. There's an adjustment to select when it actually turns on and turns off. Oh, so this is not an auto return turntable. I don't even want to classify this as a turntable. It's a freaking little spiral scratch player. But anyhow, that is what sets where the auto stop activates. Well, let me see if I can get this thing back in its home and see what's going to happen. Okay, well, just a slight bit of work and I managed to get this thing reattached. You can see it over here. That is how it should have been in the first place. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick this whole thing up. We'll flip it back over and see if we get favorable results. Okay, so you tell me. What are they trying to do here? Is it to reduce the bass to the actual turntable to prevent oscillation possibly? I'm not sure. I'm guessing that is probably the only reason they put this foam on the back side of the speakers to reduce the bass in here. Anyhow, there is the amplifier board, and we'll go ahead and put this thing back together. And I do have my test disc right here that I printed out and laminated from vinylengine.com. If you need a test disc to determine your speeds, there it is, right there. So it does look like there is an adjustment for speed right there, as well as a couple of motor speed adjustments right there. So we'll go ahead and test those and see how close they might actually be. But first, I'm going to go ahead and service this belt that's been on here for God knows how long in the same exact position. You could actually see 1 point, 2 points. That shouldn't be there. So, Magical Solution Acetone and a paper towel. You can see it's wetted right there. So I'm just going to take the belt, lay it down flat, fold the paper towel over it, and pull the belt through multiple times to clean any residue off the belt so it has a good surface to grab to. Now, I'm not going to clean the inside of the platter with this because that's a cheap plastic platter and I know acetone will eat it. So I might just go ahead and clean it with some regular isopropyl alcohol. Okay, well that's not too terribly bad. The belt feels much, much better than when we started. So let's go ahead and put this thing back together and see what happens. So no acetone this time, alcohol. Let's go ahead and just wipe this portion off with alcohol. Known in other parts of the world as vodka. Yes. Okay, all clean. Got a little bit of stuff off there, not too terribly bad. And I'm going to go ahead and put the unit back up here and wipe off the motor with the alcohol as well. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take the alcohol-soaked paper towel and wipe off the pulley right here. Nice and clean, all shiny. Okay, and since I'm at this point right now, I'm going to go ahead and take some fine machine oil, which is actually Zoom spout oil that you can purchase from most appliance repair shops. It's called the Zoom Spout Oiler, the finest all-purpose oil. Telescoping spout reaches everywhere. Look at that. And I don't know if there's a barcode. Oh, there is actually a barcode on this, so kind of hard to make out the numbers on it, however. Anyhow, Zoom Spout oil is what I use for my fine machine oil. You can see how thin that is. Very thin oil. So I just put it in this fine needlepoint oiler. And so I'm just going to go ahead. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but I'm going to lift this up and put a droplet on the shaft. I'm going to work this up and down to get it down into the bearing. So this has a bronze bushing, not a bearing, sorry. Anyhow, there it is, all oiled. That'll keep it nice and quiet on the tension side at least. Now I can't oil the back side of the motor, but that's going to be just fine. Next, just going to go ahead and put this on. And let me move this so you can actually see it. So what you do is you hook the belt around that little tab right there. Then when you put this on, you make sure that tab is centered right above the actual motor. As you rotate it, now the belt is actually connected to the motor. Let's go ahead and plug power back into it. Okay, here we go. Now to turn these things on, you just pull back and look at that. It's actually running. So I don't know if you can see anything here, but I'll put this on there. And it's really hard to see, but it is running fast on 33. And it's running fast on 45. And it's running fast on 78. Maybe that's the way they designed this thing, just to run fast. So I'm going to try to adjust these speeds real quick, and then we shall return. Okay, so I have a light here, and it's a LED that I've removed the filter cap from, so that I can actually see the speeds of these things. And I'm on 33, and you can see the 33 is running a bit fast. If you look at the lines, they're actually moving in this direction. They should be stationary right now. And then there is 45, a little bit fast, and 78, a little bit fast as well. Now it's possible that once I actually put a record on this and we put a bit of drag on it, like I put my finger on it right there, that's the perfect speed. So let's actually put a record on it. We'll put the stylus needle on the record and see what happens. Okay, so I have an actual record on, and you can see it's much better than it was. And if I lift it up, you can see how much faster it runs. It's still just a little bit fast. I'm not sure if the customer would notice that. I will probably try to slow it down just a little tiny bit and see what happens. Just for the heck of it, we'll put it on 45, just a hair fast, and 78, just a hair fast as well. Most likely he's not going to be playing any 78 records back, honestly. Okay, so I have determined that the one lone pot on that board is actually for the 78 speed. There's way fast. And then there's almost right. And because the needle adds just a slight amount of drag, I'm going to set it for just a hair fast like that. And then we'll try to get the 45 and the 33 so it's just slightly fast, so that when the needle is dragging on the record, it actually runs at the correct speed, or within a % or two. Okay, hopefully you can see this. I can see it on the camera. There is the 45 adjustment. Way too fast. Then that's just a little bit slow right there. I'm going to set it up to go just a hair fast. Let's try to turn off these lights. Okay, that makes a big difference. So you can see the 45 is running just a bit fast. Once it has just the slightest amount of drag on it, it should be fine. And now for the 33 speed, a little bit fast. Okay, adjusting this motor speed there. Well, that's the wrong way. So we'll set it up just a hair fast like that. And now we'll drop this back into position. Drop a record onto it and see what happens. Okay, record on here. I'm going to put it right in the middle. It's just a hair slow right now. And I bet you it's going to be slower out here because it's going to be more drag. It's not that bad. I'm going to say that's a go. Let's try the 45 speed. Just a hair slow right there. Oh wow, 78's perfect. If this guy wants to play 78s, they are absolutely perfect. We're just going to call that good for now. All right, there it is. The Crosley CR-45 lives to die another day. It's running. That's all I can say. It doesn't sound that good. It's not like an SL1200 by any means. But yeah, it's running. That's all the customer wanted. So yeah, that's going to be it. Go ahead and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really helps my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at NorCal715. You can email me, NorCal715videos@gmail.com. That is the best way to contact me. Please be patient. I have a full-time job, and I do these repairs in my spare time. Remember, with your help, we can try to keep these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Everyone, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Stand by for possible bloopers. Ooh, shut off way too early. Works perfect. Thanks for watching. Magical solution. I'm going to go ahead and take a drop of fine machine oil. Really right now? Minus the cat hair on it. Jeez. Alright, let's take that again. Alright, that should be good. I don't think I got anything off in that round whatsoever. Oh, freaking really right now? Autofocus, BS. Okay, there's back in focus. Let's take that again. And the exposure is way down. That's a little bit hot. Let's take it down a couple stops. All right, take two. Okay, and since I do have the unit out right now, I'm going to take some fine machine oil right here, which is just some Zoom spout oil that you can pick up at any, really, cat hair again. Oh my God. Oh, it's everywhere. Oh. Really right now? Okay, let's take that again. And again, and again. Get that recentered. And we'll turn this thing on. And, okay, let's take that again. Helps if I plug it in. Ding dong. Okay, there it's off. Okay, power on. Look at that. Power LED lit up. Okay, so power. Really fuzz.